Hello, everybody on YouTube. It's your boy, the Ep77, right back at you with the 100 Days Yu-Gi-Oh! Where every day for 100 days we're dueling with a different deck every single day. Today, everybody, we have yet another fan suggestion. This time, looking at Magical Musketeers, the Wild West of Yu-Gi-Oh! The monsters that like to play the spell traps in the opponent's turn. Put them in the same column, do stuff. Column-based warfare. That's what we got today. So here is a nice little deck combining Magic Muskets with just a wee bit of artifacts. Wee bit of stuff like that. And so we're going to go ahead and go to yugioh Pro. I'm going to show this deck off, show you how it works. Big shout out to Mr. Mark Montague, who asked for today's deck. And so, real quick, I'm going to go over the cards we're using, and then we'll get right into the duels. For our main deck, we have, as you can see, one Magic Musket Mastermind Zakiel, 2 copies of Artifact Scythe, 1 copy of Magic Musketeer Wild, 1 copy of Magical Musketeer Calamity, 3 copies of Magic Musketeer Starfire, 3 copies of Honest, 3 copies of Magic Musketeer Kid Brave, 2 copies of Magic Musketeer Doc, 3 copies of Magical Musketeer Casper, 1 Regeki, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 3 copies of Toys of the Brethren, 1 copy of Upstart Gablin, 1 copy Monster Reborn, 2 copies of Magic Musket Steady Hands, 3 copies of Magic Musket Cross Domination, 2 copies of Artifact Sanctum, 3 copies of Magic Musket Desperado, 1 copy of Magic Musket Dancing Needle, 1 Magic Musket Fiendish Deal, and 2 copies of Magic Musket Last Stand. For our extra deck, we have 3 copies of Magic Musket Max, 1 Masquerena, 1 Hipposhinin, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 1 Axis Code Talker, got a Boral Sword, a Boral Load, an Unchained Abomination, a Mech Knight Crusadia, 1 Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, and 2 copies of Elder Athena Tis. Our side deck is just additional things you can do. If you want more artifacts, I'd go Moral Attack and Lancia. If you want to put some Ghost Girls in, go right ahead. You go Ash Blossom or Ghost Ogres or Spooky Wood, whatever you want. And another Dancing Needle if you feel like you want to mess with your opponent's graveyard some more. So, that being said, let's go ahead and the good old yugioh Pro, show this deck off, show you how it works. And we'll have a good time just shooting up our opponent with magic guns. Alrighty, first opponent. Can go first or second. Kind of prefer going first with Magic Muskets. It's a thing. You know, I like to go first, set things up. But like I said, really depends what we're up against. And we're going first. Alright, that'll work. Alright, interesting hand. Would have liked it one of these Desperados or something else, but we make do. So we'll summon out Kid Brave. We'll put him right in the center here. And we're going to set Artifact Sanctum. I want to put it right here. Basically, all Magic Muskets have this ability that if a spell trap is played in the same column as them, their effects go off. Kid Brave will let us discard one of our Desperados we don't need to draw 2 more cards. It's very nice. And another nice thing, it doesn't matter if it's your spell trap. It can be your opponent's, too. I see. So this guy's playing Jackal King. So he's playing some version of Endymion. Let me think about that. Let's go ahead and start with Sanctum. Just in case. We'll summon out Scythe Boy. That'll lock him out of the extra deck, and we'll go ahead and draw a couple cards. Let's just go ahead and draw a couple cards. Hey, Last Stand. Perfect. That negates spell traps. That's exactly what we need up against the mythical beast, Endymion, if that is indeed what this is. Summon this card from the Pendulum Zone. Okay. So, Abyss Actor, Mythical Beast, I don't know what this is. I'm not sure. It's kind of a weird deck. Kinda weird, but maybe he's got something funky to play. We'll see. What does this do? Place a Big Actor spell trap in the Pendulum Zone. Okay, so he's gonna get, what, Mellow Madonna? Or possibly Wild Hope? Could get a lot of things. Could get quite a few things indeed. We'll see. We'll see. But before I forget, I was looking at my channel, I was looking at all the video. It turns out, today, this video actually is the 1000th video on this channel. Yeah, it's crazy. I've been doing this for a few years now. I lost count. I did know I was going to be into the, I knew I was going to be into the 1,000 pretty soon, and I did have a video prepared for that, but I miscounted. I miscounted, so I'll have to do my 1,000 video special later. I'll have to do that a wee bit later, but for now, I guess this is Abyss Actors. a very odd version of Abyss Actors, but what does this do? During the standby phase, give control of this card to your opponent. I see. I'm gonna, let's see, what's this? Wait a minute. If this set card, okay. If it's not set, then I can blow it up. I've got my last stand. I'm gonna be like, no, I don't want that to happen. So, remind me how this thing, during your standby phase, give control of this to your opponent. Let's see. Okay. I mean, he's still trying to do something. Sadly, though, Scythe is just locking him out of extra deck. He can't make his Hyper Director, which is something he really wants to do. Oh, hey, Calamity, cool. That'll actually help me quite a bit. So what we're going to go ahead and do, summon forth Calamitous, and we're going to go ahead and make our Link monster. We're going to make Mr. Mighty Max. He is our boss monster. So Mighty Max has one of two abilities. I can either add magic musket spells up to the number of monsters my opponent controls, or summon magic muskets up to the number of spell traps my opponent controls. I'm going to special summon. I'd like to special summon some more monsters, please. So I'm going to summon Zachiel, and I'm going to summon Casper. So we'll summon Casper over here. Oh, I was actually meaning to put him here, but I guess the game, I guess it switches them around, which is kind of weird. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and run this thing over. I don't trust it. Let's get rid of the comic relief. He scares me, and my opponent surrenders. My opponent surrenders. I get that Scythe, man. That Scythe is a tricky boy, but that's exactly where we run him in here. That needs a light monster just like everybody else, and honest support. Regardless, that's kind of what we do with Magic Muskets, you know? Your opponent's got spell traps, you're using Mighty Max to either swarm board or search out all your spell traps and just, like, interrupt your opponent, annihilate them, whatever you need to do. So, there's our first duel. I might do a spare duel, we'll see how it goes, but for now, let's go ahead for duel number 2 and see what other shenanigans we can get up to. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go ahead, get on a go. Let's go first. Like I said, I'd like to go first. Alrighty, what do we have for an opening hand here? I mean, it's okay. It's not great by any means, but at least it's something. So we'll start out with Mr. Doc, and we'll end our turn. We got ourselves a nice array of different spell traps in the hand. I got Dancing Needle. If my opponent's playing Abyss, he's going to be in a lot of trouble if I've got this. Got Desperada, I've got Cross Domination. Got stuff. Got stuff and things. Red Eyes Insight. That could mean you know what. And by you know what, we all know what it means. We all know what it means. It means Red Eyes Dragoon. Everyone's favorite monster. Oh boy, exactly what I want to see on this special occasion is the Red Eyes fusion, because he's just going to make Red Eyes Dragoon. Because why do Red Eyes need to even have a rest of an extra deck if they've got Red Eyes Dragoon? And oh wait, no. Wait, hold on. Maybe he did something different. He did something different. That's awesome. He summoned something different. I like that. I was so upset that he was going to be just making Dragoon. And I was like, what does this do? Let's see. Cross Dominate. Oh, I put that. It doesn't matter. This recovers cards from the grave, so it doesn't really matter that I put this in the wrong column. I mean, it'll matter when I go for Desperado to get this back, but right now it don't matter. It don't matter. But yeah, I'm stoked. I'm stoked. My opponent did something different. I was so worried he would make Dragoon. But we're good now, because now his Blade Dragon's dead. So what does this do? Target a warrior in the grave, equip to this equip card, gain 200 attack. Card effect targets a card, send equip card to negate, destroy. Destroyed by battle card effect. Summon as many monsters from grave as possible that were equipped to this card. Okay, cool. It doesn't do nothing to me, but that's cool. Oh yeah, the Dancing Needle probably would have been good against Silent Boots. But what have you? What have ye, sir? What have ye? Alright, let me think about this. I should probably, in the end phase... Yeah. So I'm going to do this. And I'm doing this exclusively in order to, you know, recover my cross-domination. I kind of just want my cross-domination. If I'm only all honest, that's all I want. And my opponent surrenders. Okay. I guess he didn't want cross-domination back. Okay. Alright, so my opponent surrenders again. I mean, props to him for doing something different with... At least he tried. At least he tried. I mean, unfortunately, I guess he just didn't have a good enough stardom up. This is all he really had. But at least props to Mr. Travis T for not just making Dragoon. So let's go ahead for duel number 3. Definitely gotta have to do some bonus duel after this. But regardless, let's go for duel numero 3. Alrighty, third opponent. Let's keep on keeping on what we're doing. I will say, I like the sleeve today. They look nice. You know, for some reason, this Wadapon looks really good up there. Don't ask why, he just do. Alright, what do we have? Ooh, Adamancipator. Oh, if only we'd got, well, I don't have a Desperado, or I don't have a Magic Musket, but it would have been better going first. Let's put it that way, because I've got Sanctum. But luckily my opponent is playing some very odd version of Adamancipator. In fact, he doesn't seem to... Oh, wait, are you just gonna... No, he can't make an Naturia Beast. He can do some other stuff, though, so we'll see. Summon danger in defense except itself. Alright. Summoning Mothman. Okay. Interesting. Tell me more. What exactly are you trying to do? I thought this was Adamancipators, and then he's got, like, Resonators and Speedroids in here? Kind of an odd assortment of monsters. Not gonna lie, although he could make Trishula. He'll make Arcathis, that way he can pop a thing, but that's... Okay, we'll see. We'll see indeed. Alrighty. Nothing. Where are all my monsters? Kind of need a monster to start things. That's kind of a thing. Ooh, Monster Reborn. That does not help me in any meaningful way, sadly. It would have been nice if it could save me, but I can't. I mean, I could steal his cards, but it wouldn't really help me in any sort of meaningful way. So we'll just end our turn and see what our opponent can do here. You know, I have an Artifact, Sanctum, and a Scythe. So, let's go ahead and hit him up with Sanctum. Let's hit him up with Sanctum and lock him out of stuff for a turn. At the very least, that'll give us some breathing room. You know, that's kind of the whole idea of the Scythe. Just give you some breathing room. Stop your opponent from going from giant combo wombos and things. So, yeah, he's got the E-Telly. I still have no idea what this is. Some kind of weird combo deck. It's just... I don't know, it doesn't seem to work too well, because he's got Adamancipators in a deck that's all about stuff that are not rocks. These are not rocks. Or maybe the Adamancipator is just there to excavate cards and put things he doesn't want on the bottom? That doesn't sound right. I mean, that could be the case, but that don't sound right to me. Alrighty, so he's got the Ghost Ogre, but he can't summon anything from the extra deck. He can discard both of his cards to get rid of Scythe, but that won't do him much good. You should have chained that. Why didn't you chain that? You could have done your thing, but you didn't chain the Chalice. And my opponent's... Okay, I must know what you are playing. I have to know. Alright, let's find out what the heck this guy was trying to do here. Switcheroo Gorgonic Guardian. What on earth is this? This is some sort of ridiculous combo deck. Let's see. I saw Desynchro in there. Let's see. Basic. I have no idea what this is. I have no idea what to call it. I don't know. I'm not going to count this one, though, because that was a bit too easy. Normally I would count just any duel, but I'm going to say that was a little too easy. So I have no, like I said, I have no idea what this is. I don't know what his game plan was. I guess he's trying to troll me with stuff. That seems to be the case, because whatever he was trying to do did not work too well. You had Torrential and Forbidden Chalice, and you still... I don't know. Regardless, let's go for an actual third opponent, because that was too easy. Alrighty, the actual third opponent. We'll see what we get around there. Let's see here. Going second with a going first hand. Let me see. And we're up against the familiars. Okay, interesting enough. Certainly an interesting thing to put ourselves up against. I mean, I don't have any sort of... Ooh, he's playing the fairy tale tech. Nice. Very nice. Because this allows him to, get an additional normie summon. Basically, he can reveal a spellcaster with a different name, and then he gets an additional normal summon. He doesn't get an additional draw. Let's see. Yeah, he does not, but he can still summon more monsters. Alright, he did not do any of that. Okay, interesting. Let's see here. Opening hand is... Okay, here's what we're going to do. Summon Casper, and activate the Fiendish Deal. That way we'll get stuff. And he does have Unpossessed, but I'm not too worried about that. I mean, yes, his monsters, if I destroy them, he gets stuff. But that's about it. I don't really care. So let's go ahead and use Casper. We'll search out... What do I want to search out? That's a good question, because that... Let's see... If I destroy him in... Let's see, Charmers can't be destroyed with battle. If a monster's destroyed, summon a thing. That's a tricky decision. I could just go for Cross Domination. That'll just leave that trap of his. I'm just gonna get Cross Domination. I'm not gonna make it too complicated. Regardless, let's go ahead and summon out Mr. Maxi Boy. Hello. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get a whole bunch of monsters on the board. Let's summon tree monsters. Why not? Let's go ahead. Let's see. We'll summon out Starfire. We'll summon out Mr. Zachiel. And we'll summon out Kid Brave. We'll just summon out the heavy hitters of the deck. Hello. How are you? How's your mum? And now let's go ahead. Hit him up with Cross Domination. We'll hit up the Asa. Be like, hello, you're negated and you have no attack points. Let's go ahead and summon out... Let me think. I've already used Casper's effect. So let's go ahead. Let's get Doc. Let's get Doc out here. Because that way I can get back my Cross Domination. Do you have anything in the graveyard I care about? Not really. Not really. Let's go ahead, activate this on Doc. Yeah, it's kind of a waste, but it'll work. Because that way I can at least get back Cross Domination for later. Let's get Cross Domination back for later, just like I say. Let's see here. That's a light monster. That is a light monster. Let me think about this. I want to make Access Code Talker. And so let's go ahead and make Phoenix. We'll use these two. Yes. Put that there. And then, yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and use Phoenix's effect. We'll ditch Doc and let's see, does it matter? Does this do anything when it's destroyed? I don't think it does. I'm just going to get rid of that. Because Phoenix is co-linked, I get to draw a card. Sweet. Alright, Access Code Talker. Using these three to make Access Code Talker. Very nice. And he'll gain a bit of a boost. He'll become 4,300, and I can pop a bunch of stuff. So let's go ahead and banish a card, and we'll get rid of... Let's see. Cannot be destroyed by card effects, and this gives him more summons. Let's get rid of his back row. I don't trust his back row. His back row is clearly up to something. So I'll go ahead and do all that. Let's see. I can play my Needle. Let's go ahead and attack first. We'll attack with Asa. Not attack with all, we'll attack with Access Code Talker overall, so there we go. I'm getting my monsters mixed up here. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do, let's see, I am in the wrong column, but luckily with Zachiel it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and banish the monsters in his graveyard, along with the, I guess the trap, it doesn't really matter. I just want to activate another card so that Zachiel will give me a bunch of draws in the end phase. Or, oh wait, it's where my opponent's at. Okay, I've been playing too long. Luckily, it doesn't matter. My opponent surrenders. He understood. I had an Access Code Talker. It's way too big. I had Cross Domination and Steady Hand and Honest. So, my opponent was not getting around that. So, that's good enough for a third duel. You know, it's all good in the hood. And so I'm going to go ahead and say, let's go for a 4th duel, and we'll call it a good day. Final opponent of the day. We're up against a guy called Dave. I guess that's how you pronounce it, because he capitalized the A in the Dave. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's see here. Decent opening hand. Not great, but decent. I might have to use steady hands. I don't really want to, but I'd like to start with, I'd like to start out with my cross domination more than I want to start with steady hands. I got honest, so not really that big a deal. I see. Okay. I can live with that. I can live with that. That's all good. I'm Thane. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Alrighty, so my opponent has ashed me. That is the one big weakness for us, is if we get ash blossomed. Because then we don't get our searches. So this guy's playing some sort of dragons. I'm going to go off on a long limb and say this is a Blue Eyes deck. Because that's the only deck I can think of that really plays... Or, conversely, it's Thunder Dragons. I was about to say that the Blue Eyes like to use the Dragon Trainer. My opponent did nothing. Huh. Unfortunately, I don't have another monster, so I'm just going to attack with Casper. But at least I've got stuff in the hand if he does decide to do something. You know, I've got Cross Domination that I was going to have last turn. Got Desperado if he tries to set up a defense. I've got Harpy's Feather Duster. I'm pretty set right now. I am pretty set. The only thing I worry about is if he had Hammer Shot. Yeah, that would be bad. Let's go ahead and put Honest on the board. We'll do a little extra damage. My opponent will now know that I have Honest. You know, I've got Honest. I can just bounce them back to my hand. My opponent will have no idea what to do with it. Go do some damage. Do some damage. Honest, come back to my hand. Come on back, Honest. There you go. You're safe. He's nice and safe up in me hand, and my opponent now knows I have it. So he's got to be real careful around Casper. Good old Casper with his magical gun. So now what are you going to do? I'm seeing my opponent is having some very difficult times with his hand. Or something. Either he's drawn into all the things he needs later, or he just hasn't drawn his starter. I mean, Thunder Dragons start with level 3, go to 5, go to 7, go to 10. We all know how they work. Alright, here. Yeah, this is in fact Armed Dragons, as I figured. He's gonna bring back Tempest, the Dragon Ruler of Storms. What did he end up banishing? Oh, he's attacking with Tempest? Why would you do that? You know I have Honest in my hand. You know I have this, right? This is a light monster. And yes, I could have cross-dominated to reduce attack, but not necessary, not necessary. I'd rather save that for later. But my opponent, he won't let me look at his cards. He won't let me look. But luckily, I finally draw into my Starfire, so that's good. I have another monster on the board, but I don't think I'll need it. My opponent has clearly bricked way too hard. He's got he's got too many high-level monsters or something. Oh yeah, definitely too many high-level monsters. I mean, the Dragon Ruler is a good thing to, you know, you can banish these cards to summon this, but he needs to start them up. He needs, 3 level 3 armed dragons and 3 of the thing that special summons said dragon. You know, if that's the thing, if you have a combo deck, you need to have a way to start the combo. You know, Tempest is nice, but this isn't doing him any good. So, he's literally self-destructing at this point. I'm very tempted to just let him do it, but I'm sorry, my dude. I'm gonna have to say no. I'm gonna have to say no today. So my opponent surrenders. Let's go ahead and combine this duel with the Adamancipator duel and just call it a win. We'll call it one big old win from a couple of dudes who just bricked and or did not know what they were doing. So let's go ahead for the end screen. It's been a long day, at least for me, so let's just call it an end. Let's go for the end screen. I think we'll be good. Alrighty, Magical Muskets. We went 4-0, more or less. I mean, a couple of opponents just did not get things going. But I hope, at the very least, you guys got to see how this deck works. It's a very simple sort of deck. They can do a surprising amount of damage depending on what your opponent is up to. So, it's a nice deck. We didn't even need Toys of the Brethren. This is one of our best cards. Didn't see it once. Did not see it once played, but that's fine. You don't always need it, but when it goes off, it's nice. It is nice when it goes off. But regardless, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Let me think. Yeah, we're at the end of all these fancy suggestions. I'm going to take tomorrow off. And then after I get off from off, I will be doing either Cyber Darks again, or Aliens again. I'm going to do both, but I haven't decided which one I want to do first. Regardless, thank you guys for watching. Your boy Memphis is signing off. I'll see you guys again next time.